get mad when a woman brings up something that they did in the past, and they'll say, oh, I thought we were past this already, even if it just happened the night before. One of the many reasons that a woman wouldn't already be over it is that, according to science, women recall emotional events better than men. We experience the emotion of that memory the same way that we did when it first happened. Men are not wired to do that. So the man recalls the event, but not the emotional experience of it. So when you bring it up, they think you're doing it just as a punishment to them. They don't understand that you're actually still experiencing that feeling. Before you tell your woman that she should be over it, remember that she's experiencing this event as if it just happened.
Guys, y'all hit the like button for me. Hit the like button, guys. We would very much appreciate it, man. Yeah, get over that shit, man. We already had that conversation. I don't know what you're talking about. Time to let it go. That's what I say.
There you go.
That's what I say, man.
Well, in any relationship, getting over something, healing from something is left up to the person. So it's not just a men thing. Yes, I do agree with her that women experience it more emotional, but men do also as well. So when you're trying to get over a situation or something that has happened, everybody do it at their own time, their own pace, and they experience it different each time. And there are some things that trigger that feeling or that emotion that brings it back up. And of course, a woman is going to bring something up multiple times, which usually is an indicator that she's not over it. She allowed you to put it to the side, or we stopped talking about it, or she was just so angry that she shut down. But it doesn't mean that she's over it, because truly when you're over something, you won't regurgitate it and bring it back up.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to figure out what kind of event you put a woman through where she just constantly keep bringing something up.
But in fights, women keep bringing up something. Say she overspent the credit card and you said something to her, and she went out and did something else, and you said something. She gonna say, oh yeah, you did the same thing when I overspent the credit card. Are we gonna keep acting this way? It's things like that where they constantly go back and pull whatever happened. Or just like say you're in a relationship, and when you were dating and now you're married, and maybe the guy was unfaithful when they were young, like young as a couple, but then y'all got past that, y'all got married, and in the marriage, something happens, and she go back and pull that up. Oh, you know what happened when we were younger? You know what you did when you stepped out on me with Pauline.
Most of the time, women
We're
use that
past that.
as a manipulation tool to to make you a lot of times feel guilty for calling them out on something that they've done. Like, okay, you did this, and so and I noticed that too. They'll bring some shit up that ain't got nothing to do with the conversation. Absolutely nothing to do with the situation, but you'll bring it up. You bring it up because you're trying to reverse the conversation or excuse yourself from accountability of something that you've done. No, we're not talking about what I did 10 years ago or 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago. We're talking about what you did right here, right now.
Like I said, sometimes it's the emotion, it's the conversation that make them go back to that emotion. And I agree. Sometimes we use those tactics to deflect off of the current situation. But in this case, she's talking about how the emotional experience is still the same for her. You see that in a lot of things that happen with women. One of the easy ones is if a woman has something that's happened to her in her past when we was young, and then she gets older and a man does something or treat her in the same way, she see a pattern from one man to the next, then she'll bring it back up. Well, John did this to me and he treated me this way, and now it looks like you're doing the same thing, when a guy could not even be doing the same thing. But because she's still hooked up on that emotional experience from the past, she brings it to the forefront of what's going on in this relationship. And that's the things that they say. That's when they say you bring baggage, because you're holding on to something that has nothing to do with the current guy, and he gets treated in that manner for saying something or striking that emotion in you again. Or the arguments, you want to go back to that, and you say we were done with it. We went to sleep last night, we made love, it was over, to the man that's done. He don't expect to hear it again. And here she go tomorrow with the same old thing. And you like, where did that come from? that kind of stuff. And she's just saying that's because women don't get over the emotional part of the argument. They still
No.
find a need to bring it up. And myself too, I'm guilty of that. I've done that before where, I'll bring up something because I wasn't over it. Like, I still want to talk about it. I don't care what we did. Yeah, we had sex, we turned up, we laughed, we kissed and hugged each other, and I fixed your food and everything else. But I'm still not over it. I want to talk about it.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of times it's not about fixing a problem or trying to talk. It's about whenever your feelings are pacified. That's what it
Hmm.
boils down to. And sometimes as men, we just don't want to be. We don't want to have. I don't want to go through all that. Sometimes it's okay, but I don't want to go through all that. Sometimes, and it's okay. It's okay for a woman to want her feelings pacified at a what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? At a reasonable amount. At a
But who
reason
decides it's
for reasons
reasonable?
because eventually if you keep doing it, you're gonna make me think you gonna make me think you're trying to manipulate me. You're trying
But
to work me. After a while, if you keep doing that, you gonna make me think you're trying to work me. And if I think you're trying to work me, then you're gonna put me in a position where I'm gonna have to say, nah, I know what you up to, and I ain't finna let you do it.
but
It's
who
just like
decides
go ahead.
who decides when that emotional healing is done for her? You don't get to decide that, especially if what you did caused us to be here. You don't get to decide that. It's over when I say it's over. I need
No,
to
it's over
heal.
when it's over.
No, it's over when I say it's over because I need to heal. Who are you to tell
Now I ain't
me
finna be
how to
no
get over something? Because she
uh,
says men are quick to say, oh, get over that. No, or I thought you were over that. Who are you to tell me when I should be over something that you did that caused me to feel this way?
yeah, but it ain't no I'm not finna give you a lifelong ticket. I'm not finna be a lifelong punching bag. Now we either gonna have to come to some we gonna come to an understanding. It's gonna either have to come to an end or the relationship gonna end.
Well,
Cause
I
I'm not
think,
gonna sit there and let you, f 10 years from now, you still bringing up the same thing just because you're trying to work me. You're not gonna
well,
work me because at some point you either gonna have to heal or you gonna have to let it go.
but not necessarily that it's always that the person is trying to work you. Because think about it, the man could have had an affair, and she could have decided to move forward with
Yeah,
the
you shouldn't.
the
You had a
marriage.
fur. You shouldn't
You
even
know,
be in a relationship
so the
anyway.
bottom line is, if I decide to stay in my relationship and make it work, you don't get to tell me how long it takes for me to heal and
Yeah,
for me to be
if you
over with it.
if you get caught having an affair, then bro, your best bet is to go on and lead a woman anyway.
What
That'd
if
be
they
your
don't
best
want to
bet.
give up on their marriage?
Well,
That's
then
not
you're gonna be a
necessarily
punching
always
bag.
true.
Then you
Well, then
just
that's what I'm saying.
so
You have to be able
yeah.
to deal with the emotion
So you
depending
talking
on.
to so she basically ain't talking to somebody like me.
It
So that's
depends
why I
on
have to
what
take
you've
it.
done. Then you may have to deal with it until that woman is healed past it. And if you feel like it's not worth it, then
No,
that's when they're gonna do what you want to do. But that's what she's saying. Men want to just arbitrarily give up on the relationship or do whatever they want to do because they want to tell you how soon to heal. You don't get to tell them that because the experience for you is different. It's like, just think about, say you lost a child. Your wife was pregnant and y'all lost a child due to a miscarriage. Her healing is going to be different from your healing, but at some point in time the man expect you to return back to normal life, and we start having sex again, and we can try again, and it could be years before she's there. Years. Do you leave her? That's what she's saying. Because for women, we keep experiencing it. It doesn't mean that we don't want to try to be over it. It's just that the emotional feeling that we felt is still haunting us. It's still
yeah,
there.
yeah, but hey man, I don't know what to tell you. I
No,
don't
what
know
we
what to
do
tell you
know is
because
you say you gonna get rid of her.
Nah, man, my life got to keep on moving, man. I can't sit there for waste a whole bunch of years while you ball up in the corner. Now you're gonna have to get yourself up out of there. It's just like that man in the foxhole or that woman in the foxhole. At some point, it's all right to lay down, duck down, man, and be down. But at some point, you're gonna have to get up out of that foxhole, and we're gonna have to push toward the front line.
But
That's
when is
just how it
that
is.
point?
Cause life ain't gonna
what
stop
point?
because of you. Ain't nothing. Life don't stop for no man.
No.
Life don't stop for nobody. And I ain't got time to waste in my life because the clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Every minute I wait, every breath I take, I can't get it back. So yeah, I understand we all need time to grieve. We all gonna go through some hard time. It's gonna be rough on us. But at some point, you're gonna have to push on. Cause if you don't push on, I'm gonna have to leave you behind. Cause I'm not finna sit here in the foxhole and die with you. Especially when I told you it's time to go. That's all I can say.
You're full of it because there's some men that take 20 years to get over a divorce.
Hey,
10 years to get over a divorce.
And I say the same thing to a woman. If you want to sit there and he can't get over his divorce and he got you sitting there stuck every day you come home, he don't even want you to talk to him. Some days he come home, he all right, and then the next day, nah, man, it's time. If that's the problem, and you say, listen, man, I understand, but at some point, you got to get over it. Now, it might not, it might take some a little bit longer than other, but at some point, you got to make a step towards to move out of that position. Some people don't want to move out of that position. Some people want to lay there and be there.
You have to understand that the woman is still experiencing the emotional part of the argument or the situation. That's all. So for you, you're remembering the moment, but it's no longer emotional. Because men, y'all deal with it right then and there. When it happened, you might strike some emotions. And then after it's passed, you're done with it. But for her, it's like she still feels it the same way she felt it when it happened. That's all she's saying.
Yeah, I understand that. I get it. I get it.
And that's the same way it is for some men. When they experience trauma like that, it's the same way every time because it was an emotional trauma.
Yep, I get it, man. I get it. It's one of them things, man. It's one of them things. Y'all, Secret Life of a Cheating Woman. Secret Life of a Cheating Woman, guys. Catch it on Amazon, man. Y'all hit that like button. We would very much appreciate it. Very much, guys.
Please subscribe.